My name is Kayla. I'm one of the technicians at Green Bay Animal Hospital, and today we're going to focus on how to trim your dog's nails. Now, the process is pretty similar for dogs and cats, but today we're going to use our lovely model, Nala. Now, the first thing you want to make sure you have are the proper materials for cutting the nails, and we have a couple different options for the trimmers. The first one that we have is smaller, and it's generally used for cats and small dogs. It has a smaller area for clipping. The second one is what I personally like to use. This one has red handles, and it has an area where it cuts the nails a little bit more sharply, and you can probably use this on medium to a little bit larger sized dogs. And this one with the orange handles is a little bit thicker, and it's used for dogs with really, really thick nails, so we'll be able to break through that material. And then the final thing you want to make sure you have is a powder like Quick Stop to use in case you cut the nail too short and then it starts to bleed. So we want to make sure that we always have this on hand. So now I'm going to use the trimmers with the red handles, and I'm going to first start on the front paws. And Nala here actually has nails that are kind of see-through, and you can see the area where the quick, or the vessels, meets with the rest of the nail. Now I want to make sure that I don't hit that red area, because that's the vessel and it will start to bleed. So in that case I would use my Quick Stop in case I accidentally nicked that. So what I can do just to be safe is trim about a couple millimeters in front of where that quick meets the rest of the nail. So I'm going to start on the outside, and I just like to go little by little just to make sure I don't go too short. And you can start to see a little circle in the middle, and that's where you really want to stop, because that's about as close as I can get without hitting the quick. Now I'll move on to the next one. She's being really good. And that's good for that one. I'll go little by little. Sometimes you can do it at different angles just to get a better trim. And then some dogs have dew claws, which are on the inside of their paws, and they're just held on by a loose piece of skin. And sometimes they actually curl a little bit more than the other nails, so I might have to cut it at a different angle. And that's that. Now we can move on to the other one. You want to make sure that you get your dog's nails trimmed or cat's nails trimmed kind of often, because one of the dangers of having the nails too long is that they can actually curl into the pad and sometimes even cause damage to the pad. And it sometimes can be painful for them to walk on nails that are really curled. Okay. So that one's still good because you can kind of see a little pink in the middle, but it hasn't started to bleed or anything. So this is what it will look like once we're all finished. The nails aren't too short, but they're not long, and they're not going to hit the ground when she's walking. And just in case I did cut a little too far, what I could do is pour some of the Quick Stop into the cap like this, and then place her nail into the cap. Now nothing's going to stick really to her nails because she's not bleeding, but in case she was bleeding, the Quick Stop would quickly stop any bleeding. And you could also use something at home like baking powder, but if you want to go ahead and buy some Quick Stop, you can get it at any store that sells any pet products. This is how you properly and carefully trim your dog's nails. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at greenbayanimalhospital.com.